So I arrived up here, Valle Grande, about 1 million years ago. The magnificent valley before you was formed by a collapse after a series of tremendous volcanic eruptions ejected a volume of material more than 500 times greater than the May 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens. This event climaxed more than 13 million years ago of volcanism in the Jemez Mountains. Minor volumes of magma leaking into the surface as recently as 50,000 years ago formed the dome-like hills between you and the skyline to the north, which is the opposite wall of the enormous Valle's caldera. The heat from young volcanism makes the area attractive for geothermal energy. Yeah, there are a lot of hot springs up here. Famous. I used to go camping up here when I was a kid or a teenager, and tons of hot springs. But this all used to be a volcano, and it blew. I think this is one of the largest in the world at one point. But I heard that a rock from this volcano ended up in Wyoming or someplace. So it was amazing. Anyway, here's this beauty. What do they call it? A walk around? We'll do a little walk around. Oiled the chain last night, or cleaned it with kerosene, brush, scrubbed it clean, and then re-oiled it. I put on a fancy gold oil cap. Kind of brings out the colors, matches the forks. Anyway, let's get riding. I'm ready to head back. Coming up here, it was a straightaway, and I couldn't go more than 50 miles an hour because it was such bad washboard in the road, and you can kind of see it, I think. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to go back the way I came because of the washboard. It was like for 10 miles. Just wasn't fun at all. But interesting enough, I took the Harley up here with Grande on the back a couple months ago, or about maybe 6 weeks ago, and I didn't feel anything in the road. It was a much softer ride than this bike, you know. So I didn't notice anything in the road as far as washboard or, you know. So this one, just you feel every little bump. Since I got it flashed, you know, it really has brought out every aspect. In the lower gears, it seems like it has a smoother transition up into the higher revs, and it's just an overall smoother, more powerful bike. And the throttle response is outstanding now. It's just like a normal bike, you know. Before, Yamaha, from what I understand, you know, when you decelerate, it literally shuts the fuel off inside the engine, and then when you accelerate, the fuel shoots back into the engine, and you have this jerky on-off kind of throttle, and it really is annoying. And what I read was that they did it in order to be more fuel efficient. And this bike is a gas guzzler. It's my brother years ago, he bought a Sportster, and he's talking to the salesman, and he said, well, that seat doesn't look all that comfortable on it, and it's the first bike he bought, I think. And the salesman said, oh yeah, and then he's asking about the gas mileage on it, and the guy said, well, you'll get like 120 miles out of a tank. My brother said, that's all 120. He said, believe me, after 120 miles you're going to want to get off and get some gas. And that's how I kind of feel with these bikes. I think from what I'm hearing, you get about 160 miles a tank, and so that's about the right time to get off and stretch your legs and get the blood flowing back into your hands and all that. I want to take a long distance motorcycle cruise. I'll get on the Harley, and it's got all kinds of storage. It's much more comfortable for my wife in the back. And this is my man cave bike. This is what this is for myself, just on short little trips around. And I mean, personally, just me, I wouldn't hesitate to take this out for an entire day of riding, interstate, even. I find it oddly comfortable compared to the Harley. It's comfortable in a different way. It's like it connects you with the road, you're just engaged with the road, with the motorcycle, with everything you're doing. Your senses are kind of more alert. With the Harley, it's more like sightseeing. This one, you're kind of checking out the road all the time, the curves and how fast you're going, the power. It engages you on all different fronts, and that's why I like it. When I bought the Harley last year at the dealership, I was given a free Harley, instruction course, right? In motorcycle riding, safety, all that. And of course, I thought that's bullshit, because I've ridden a bike since I was 15 years old. And, but oddly enough, it was actually a very difficult course, because part of the scoring was being able to do what you're told. And these guys, it was like boot camp. There were 8 people, 4 women and 4 men, and within the first hour some girl fell, going literally, I mean, you know how you get just tripped up at slow speeds. She was going like 1 mile an hour and put her foot down and got tripped up, and the bike just fell over, and she put her hand down to break the fall, and she broke her wrist. And we didn't know what was going on with her. She looked like in a lot of pain, and so she was out. And then another girl was out within 15 minutes, trying to let out. They teach you how to let out the clutch and not give it any gas. And this girl had just bought a Sportster from a friend of hers, and thought she would try her hand at motorcycle riding, and she within 15 minutes just said, "Nah, this isn't for me. I'm out of here." So she left, and then there was two girls, and I thought they were pretty good, but they, kept occasionally dropping the bike, and I think part of it was that they were short and they couldn't reach the ground or something, I don't know. But they disqualify you if you drop the bike. I guess you have to take the course over until you don't drop the bike. And I didn't drop the bike, even though the bikes were these really weird bikes, Buell, or these little training Harleys. I hated it, with foot pegs. I couldn't find the brake on it because it was such a small bike. I'm used to the Heritage with floorboards out in front and all that kind of stuff. What's going on here? Inspection, I guess. This is Los Alamos, This is where they make the atomic bombs. I think they're going to want to see my driver's license. So I'll go ahead and get that out now. Howdy.
How you doing?
Pretty good. And you?
I'm good. You been through here before?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just make sure that video camera's off your GoPro.
Off?
Yeah. No videos allowed.
In Los Alamos?
Through here? No.
Oh really?
This is Los Alamos National Laboratory. It's a government facility. So as soon as you exit
Okay.
the next one that you'll be going through,
Oh, then you can do it. Oh, okay.
here you can't have it on.
I would rather go through Bandelier, but that road is so washboard on this motorcycle,
Go right here. If you turn around and you go through that road right there, you take a right, it'll take you through Los Alamos.
Oh, it will. Oh, okay, I'll do that.
Alright.
I don't. Yeah, I just didn't want to go back through Bandelier. That road's so bad on a. Okay.
Yeah, just turn around, take the first right there, and that'll take you through Los Alamos.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.